Well, we're going to get started because we do try and get started on time, and we will let people in as they join us. But
There we go. That's better.
Javon and I just can't be happier to be with you. You are the highlight of our month, and we cannot believe that this is our next to last meeting for the year. So that's incredible. And so we have a great agenda today. We're going to start off, and we finally were able to get some time in there to have a presentation just for parents. I mean, for you, for your well-being. And that's Syrian McConico, and she's going to be our first presenter. And then we're going to have Janice Kershaw from our Brevard Schools Foundation, and she's going to talk about the booster membership. And then we're going to have Del Jordan and Susan Knowles talk about Take Stock in Children. How many of you even know what Take Stock in Children is? It's an amazing program. And then we're going to have Heather Theobald and Terry Matson talk a little bit about our exceptional student education resources for parents. They are doing some great things right now that we really want to get the word out for our parents. And then we're going to have Lieutenant Kelly Simpkins talk about the Teen Driver Challenge. I don't know how many of you have a teen driver or will have a teen driver. You're really going to want to stick around for that. And then we're going to remind you to take the parent survey. How many of you have taken the parent survey? Very good. Very good. We want 100% of our parent leaders to have taken that. That's for sure. Javon, do you have anything else to add?
No, I think I'm good. Just thanks for being here.
All right. Well, then we're going to get started. And our first presenter is going to be Syrian McConico, and I hope I'm saying your name correctly. She is the Clinical Services Senior Manager. She works with an amazing agency called Brevard Cares. So we're going to turn it right over to you, Syrian.
Thank you. Welcome, everyone. Good morning. I'm going to get right into it because I saw I'm supposed to be done by 10:20. So I want to respect that time frame. Um, so here is the agenda for my portion here of what we're talking about this morning. Just want to help families in getting through these COVID times. It's a unprecedented time. It's bringing a whole set of different stressors that maybe we have not really experienced before, or maybe not experienced in this way. And so let's talk about how to get through it. So what I'm first going to talk about is what are families going through right now. So as you can see in that picture, that this mom looks pretty stressed. So that might be what a lot of parents are feeling right now. But then we'll also talk about what should parents do for the kids. So look at that picture there, mom and daughter together, so peaceful and happy, getting along. So we're going to be talking about how to achieve that. But then I think it's very important that we also talk about what should parents do for themselves. Now, this is something that a lot of parents don't think about. It's just the kids, the kids, the kids, the kids, the kids, the kids, and they don't think about how to take care of themselves. Because look, when you take care of yourself, look at that happy mom there. She's smiling, head knocked to the side. She's relaxed. And so we want to go from the picture on the far left to the picture in the far right. So we're going to show you how to do that. All righty. So here's some things families are going through right now. And this is based upon what I have talked with families about, things that we're just hearing about. Some have, it's been unemployment. COVID happened, they lost their job. And we heard how it was very difficult to even apply for unemployment, to even get anyone on the phone, or to even get your application through. So, with less money coming in, or maybe no money coming in, that definitely leads to financial stress, which leads to a struggle to just meet basic needs. So, we're talking food. We're talking paying the rent, paying the mortgage, paying the light bill, paying the water bill. just to survive. And then with those stressors, thinking about fun stuff or money for fun stuff may not even be a thought, or even if it is, it's like, well, can't do that because I'm just trying to, survive. Um, then I've heard many families talk about spending more time at home as a stressor. Not, oh, I just enjoy the time I have with little Timmy now. Oh, we get to spend more time together. That's not what I'm hearing, not from all families. Some families, oh my God, we actually have to spend more time together and we're driving each other crazy. And so, just a side note, if that's the case, there's a deeper issue than COVID, but I don't have time to talk about that. If being together more, I can't stand them, there's a deeper issue. But I won't digress today. Why are people spending more time at home due to COVID? Well, if the parents are not unemployed, they may be working from home, which I do. I work from home. Kids are e-learning. So the kids are at home too. I know some, schools are open, some kids are going, but some kids are still e-learning. My daughter is e-learning. And in fact, the reason why I'm not seated at the desk I normally like to sit at when I'm in meetings, she's in the main living area of the house. She was taking her keyboarding class. So, bing, 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 oh boy. So I didn't want y'all to hear that. So I had to come in my room. Entertainment outlets shut down or limited. So, restaurants that are open may not be full capacity, might get fuller. The fun spots, I think they're opening up, but there's some limitations to it. And then social gatherings are limited or ceased altogether. They're still being discouraged. I know people still do it, but they're really still being discouraged. I know when I went home to Pensacola for Christmas, even my own mom, now listen here, I don't want you visiting all these people and then bringing it back to my house. So I had to be limited to mama's house for 2 weeks, but that's okay. I actually made do and had a wonderful time with my family. It was good to connect with them. And then there's the weight gain. I put that in all caps because, well, when you gain weight, you get bigger. So I wanted the font to be bigger. People are reporting 20 pounds or more. Woo! That adds to the stress, right? Okay, next slide. And so let's talk about what to do. We have identified what is going on that is bringing stress in these COVID times. So what should we do as parents? So here's what we need to do as it relates to the kids. Stay calm. Oh, that's number one. Stay calm. Why is this so important? If the kids see you calm, mom and dad, then they are more likely to be calm also. Kids absorb our energy as parents. They mimic us, right? That's human development 101. So if we're spazzing out, acting out, they're gonna act out. So it's very important that you remain calm so that they can be calm. Oh, someone said they lost 20 pounds. Woo! You need to share your secret later. Okay, so listen, parents, to your children and address their concerns. Don't dismiss them. Mommy, I'm tired of COVID. Well, there's nothing I can do about it. No, listen to them and address it in a nice way, in a therapeutic way, because they have concerns just like you. Monitor what they see and hear on TV, radio, and online, because hey, there's all kind of stuff out there from what I'm understanding, even some conspiracy theories they say. So don't well, I won't get all into it. I don't have the time. But you probably have heard some things that are not factually based, I'm going to say. So you need to monitor that. You need to be aware of that so that you can properly educate them as to what they really should be paying attention to, which goes right into the next bullet. Learn what your child already knows, and this takes conversation with them. This is achieved by having a conversation with your child, and then let them know, hey, most kids that get COVID don't exhibit the severe symptoms. They may exhibit stuff like a cold and then it's over. um, just to try to kind of bring some sense of relief or some sense of hope in the situation. Maintain or implement routines. So if you don't have a routine, you need to get one. Structure makes everything better for not just the kids, but for the parents too. Keep them busy. I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored. Teenagers love to say that. I'm bored. I'm bored. So you may have to, figure out some things that they can do to stay active, stay busy. Give extra love and affection. If they want a hug, hug them, y'all. I don't get away from me. I'm busy. Can't you see I'm trying to work? I've been in meetings where the kid just comes out of nowhere and hugs the child during the meeting. And thankfully, every time I see that, the parent embraces them. And everybody on the meeting is understanding of that. So you're not looked upon as, well, you're being unprofessional. Timmy's coming in the meeting. You are not going to be judged in that way. You will be viewed as a good parent. They need that extra love and affection, to be assured and feel safe. Schedule special one-on-one time with your child. That makes sure it happens. Because if you kept saying, okay, we'll do it. Yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, we'll get to it. Yeah, we'll get to it. 6 months later, nothing's happened. So schedule it. Okay, Friday at 7, we're gonna go for, go to dinner, wear our mask, whatever. Or Saturday at 2, we're going to the park, schedule it specifically. Arrange virtual play days. This might be something for the younger children, where, or even older, if because you can play games online and things like that. And that's still a way to connect. How about just breathe? Just take a moment to just, okay, I'm gonna relax. I'm going to relax. Even prior to COVID, those that are just busy, never take time to just breathe and just relax. Their stress levels through the roof also. Do fun activities together with your child. And it can be stuff like cooking. My daughter, I remember one Sunday recently, she says, hey, how about I cook? I said, okay. And she did it like the whole meal. I've monitored some things, but she did it and it was good. And then we've cooked together. Y'all can go for a walk together. It doesn't have to be stuff that costs money. It can be your regular weekly routine activities, but when you do it together, it can be fun. you know Use positive discipline. Yes, we still got to discipline the children, but in a positive way, like ignoring negative behavior or redirecting negative behavior, rewarding positive behavior. Pay more attention to positive behavior that encourages more positive behavior. Okay, next slide. What should you do for yourself? We cannot neglect self-care. I can't tell you how important that is as adults and certainly as parents. I put just breathe here again on purpose. Why? Because when you repeat something, that sends a message that this is important. This you really need to get. And a lot of people just aren't doing that. It's just from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, and they're not taking time to just breathe. And ask yourself, when you're faced with any stressor or anything that's bothersome of any kind, does the problem represent immediate danger? How will I feel about this problem tomorrow? Is the situation permanent? And once you kind of process that, and if you feel like, the answer is no to the permanent question, and I mean the danger question, if you probably won't feel any different about it tomorrow, if it's something that you can handle later, do it later. And it's okay. Everything doesn't have to be done by 5. Some things have to be done the next business day, and that's okay. Take care of yourself, parents. Make sure you get enough sleep. Oh, that's a big one. I've heard people say, yeah, I only got 4 hours. That's all right. I'm okay. No, you're not after a certain period of time. Exercise. That's probably how our friend lost that 20 pounds. She's exercising, I'm sure, and she's eating healthy. I myself have been working out with a personal trainer, and I've lost a little bit as well, and inches and things, and I've noticed my face slimming, and I said, "Ooh." And I have a better diet, so I'm working on some things myself. So hopefully by the time we return to the office, they're gonna look at me like, "Whoa, what happened to you?" Um, Join forces with other parents. Other parents are going through similar things that you're going through, and just joining together, if nothing but to just discuss what you're going through, is a huge supportive factor. Learning that you're not alone. For you married folks, or those that's coupled or booed up, as they say, you need a date night once a week. This can be achieved in physical or virtually, or in home dates. There's different ways to do that. Google it, YouTube it if you don't know. But you need a date night once a week. And if these stressors that we've been talking about just are too overwhelming and it's something that you really can't cope with on your own, get help, therapist, counseling, spiritual counselor, whatever you will feel comfortable with. Don't be afraid to acknowledge when you need extra help and get it. All right, and that's just a reference page of links that I use to prepare for this, and you can get more information in those links. These cute little flyers I saw online, I just think they were too cute to leave out, and I'm thinking they'll have this available for you as well. About how to talk to your parent, how to talk to your kids, things you can do, online safety, even hand washing and hygiene tips. I just thought they were really cute and also very informative. Um, any questions or comments so far? All righty.
Hey, I just want to say, I really hope everyone was listening because this is so important to be reminded of how we need to take care of ourselves and sort of kind of re-energize as parents, as caretakers, as community members. And Syrian, you hit the nail on the head, and we really appreciate you coming and spending time with us this morning.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much. And we will be sharing her presentation with all of you.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. And now we're going to move on, and I'm going to introduce Janice Kershaw. She's the president and CEO of Brevard Schools Foundation. And I have known Ms. Kershaw for many, many years, and she has a heart for Brevard Public Schools. I have to say that. And the work she does is amazing for our students. So, Ms. Kershaw, take it away.
Thank you, Ginny. It's great to be with you all this morning. And I'm actually feeling nervous because I don't think I've spoken to the parent group before. So it's kind of a first, but I appreciate Syrian's recommendations to keep breathing because that really does help. So some of you may not realize that Brevard Public Schools has its own foundation, and it does. We're the Brevard Schools Foundation, and we're a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We're not employed by the school district, but our mission is to support public education in Brevard County and Brevard Public Schools. So we actually serve to enhance educational funding and opportunity gaps at all of the district's 85 public schools for its 74,000 students, 5,000 teachers by supporting innovation, engaging communities, and changing lives. And aside from the things that we normally do, which I'll get to in a second, I just wanted to mention that, during COVID, with donations from the community and the support we've received from our corporate partners and individuals, we were really able to help teachers and students prepare for and participate in both remote and in-person learning by providing like 600 grants for teachers to get the technology and tools that they needed. We distributed school supplies and food to just thousands of students, many of our homeless students or our most vulnerable at-risk students. We've provided summer reading kits to help kids from being too bored over the past summer. We helped get the district thousands of ebook titles so that kids would have more reading materials remotely. We helped with the student connectivity needs, raising funds to get laptops and Wi-Fi hotspots for kids. And, all of these kinds of supports really has helped Florida schools lead the way nationally, and also helps our local economy because we've been able to, become opened up sooner than around the nation. You're hearing people still talking about just let's get our schools open. And I know we're probably all kind of puzzled by that here in Florida. So in any case, all of these things do take funding, and we created a booster club membership to help, bring awareness for parents, teachers, employees, anyone, to be able to contribute so that we can remain committed to enhancing education for all of Brevard students and teachers. And you'll see on this list that, the sustained funding helps us provide programs like classroom grants. So maybe your school has a school garden. It might have been provided by one of our classroom grants, or a makerspace in the media center, or robotics team, or just a special science project. Teachers apply for these grants, and we award money for them to be able to provide these kinds of enhancements. We provide teacher training. So both some content training like in science and math, and teacher training for teacher leadership, school and hygiene supplies. We have a school supply store that actually teachers can shop at and receive supplies for free. And those are generally our highest poverty schools that are eligible to shop there. And we also serve all of the student in transition leads at all of the schools. Study trips, if you have a 6th grade student, you're probably familiar with Destination Space, or if you have a 5th grader, they've probably attended a Brevard Symphony Orchestra concert. Both those programs were virtual this year, but still required funding and effort to make them happen. Destination Mars, some of those study trips are programs that the district depends on funding from the foundation so that all of our kids can get those fantastic experiences. Classroom materials, just this semester, we've distributed about 100,000 books, maybe even more than that. And believe it or not, we had media specialists telling us that their libraries were really depleted during COVID because kids were checking out books last spring and hadn't returned them. They've been lost, whatever. So they needed a lot more materials. And we had, just 100,000 or more books. And they came and just picked up, filled their cars, vans to be able to bring these back to their schools. That was at the Supply Zone again. And many more things that we do that are, kind of one-off things or that you don't really hear a lot about. Artist residencies, after-school art clubs. We fund the Teacher of the Year program and put that on, and Employee of the Year, Volunteer of the Year. And I see Bernard Bryan on, and he was our Volunteer of the Year for the district this year for the senior citizens. So yay, woo, Bernard. Things like Fuse Labs. There's just so many things that we fund. So the different levels of membership, if you're contributing $100, your membership, this is just an example, it could supply an elementary school with sanitation supplies for a week, hand sanitizer, wipes, those kinds of things. If you contribute $50, that membership could provide a teacher with a webcam for distance learning. And in fact, those 600 grants that we gave to teachers allowed them to, many of them set up webcams, green screens, things that they needed at home because they were not prepared to teach from home. And even a $35 membership, that could help provide a new book for each student in a 1st grade class. So, and if you're kind of calculating these numbers in your head, we do have some very good purchasing power through some different relationships that we have. So sometimes we can get things for a lot cheaper than, you can buy at Walmart or whatever. So if you join the Booster Club, the memberships include a book that's gifted in your name at our Supply Zone. We put a nice sticker in there so whoever the recipient is can see that you were the one that provided that. We've got that window cling for your home, your auto, your business that shows that you're supporting Brevard Public Schools. Listing on the booster page of the Brevard Schools Foundation website. We'll give you an advance notification of scholarships for graduating seniors. If you have a senior, you might want that head start on the application. Invitation to an exclusive Brevard Schools Foundation Launched a Success Tour. And I see 1 or 2 people on here who have been through that. And there's volunteer opportunities that we'll let you know about to support the students and teachers in the district. And that can really help. Maybe if you have a student trying to earn Bright Futures hours, they're often calling us to find out about those opportunities. So best of all, you'll be helping to invest in young minds. And for many people, just, that alone is satisfaction enough. But, really, as I said before, helping provide things that make us proud of our community and proud of our schools are reasons that, you may want to, even if you're contributing to your own school, your own child's school, the foundation, it helps make our district one of the best, makes our schools one of the best, and just helps make Brevard a great place to live because our community is supporting the teachers and students here. They're our first responders in many ways. Brevard Schools Foundation, we think of ourselves as second responders, helping to meet those kinds of needs. So I think I just reiterate the booster levels here. We've got them named as Teacher's Friend level, which is more geared towards the individual or family membership, and the principal's club, $50, superintendent circle, $100. And of course, we always accept donations in any amount. They support every single school. Susan's asking, is that per year? Yes, that is an annual. Of course, there's, opportunities to participate. If you go on our website, we have like monthly giving. You can set up recurring donations on a monthly basis or an annual basis, or you can make a one-time gift. Just anything is appreciated. We have a long-term commitment to our kids. They're with us from pre-K through 12th grade, sometimes even on the fringes of those age groups. And so, to have even the recurring commitments is very, very helpful, so we can plan ahead for what are they going to need next year and the year after. In a minute, you're going to hear about one of our programs, Take Stock in Children, and that's a great example of a multi-year commitment that we make to students. And so, just any support that parents give, the community gives, individuals give. We even have students from time to time who maybe they're running a campaign on their own for us, or they are graduates and they come back full circle. They say, you guys really helped me with this scholarship or something, and I want to do something for you. So those kinds of things have happened too. So we just appreciate everyone's time this morning. The website is brevardschoolsfoundation.org, and there should be some buttons at the top, like, ways to give. There's a donate button, so you can find more information there. And thank you, Ginny and Javon, for allowing me here today to share a little bit about the foundation and our new booster club. Thank you.
I am so glad you shared that information. That makes it so easy to support. And I just have to tell you, you have no idea what the foundation has done for us through the years. I have had the honor of attending the 6th grade field trip to the Space Center through the years. And it's amazing that they have this opportunity, but it does cost money to get there. And transportation and lunch and getting into the Space Center, and we couldn't do it without the foundation. So, and that's just one of a million things that you have done for our kids. So thank you so much, Janice, for sharing today. We really appreciate it. And I wrote myself a reminder to join the Booster Club. So we're kind of still staying under this Brevard Schools Foundation. And I have to acknowledge that adorable little baby that I'm seeing on the screen. There's some of you may see it, maybe some of you don't, but there's the most precious little newborn that I'm looking at. Anyway, we are excited to introduce Del Jordan and Susan Knowles, and they are with our Take Stock in Children program, which does amazing things for our students as well. And so I'm going to turn it over to Susan and Del.
Hello, everyone. I just want to say good morning to the parent leadership team, and thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Javon. I'm Del Jordan. I am a college success coach with the Brevard Schools Foundation, and specifically the Take Stock in Children program. I want to say, as Jenny, you said in the beginning, we are a great and wonderful program. Sometimes, although we've been in Brevard County for 25 years, there are still a lot of people that don't know that we're here. So this is a great opportunity with the parent leadership to spread the word. Once you hear about the wonderful program that we are a mentoring program that serves Brevard Public School students. We are unlike any of the other mentoring programs in the county. And my colleague, Susan Knowles, is going to share specifics about the program through her PowerPoint. So I'm going to turn it over to Susan and allow her to share. And we plan to be short so we could take maybe a few questions at the end.
My name is Michael Pierce. I am a Take Stock in Children alumni from Rockledge High School. Back when my parents were together, they owned a business. It was a roof siding and gutters business, so we would travel to different states every year. So in the sense of what kind of childhood I had, it was a little unusual. We were living in Missouri, and we came down to Florida on a family vacation, and that's when my father abandoned the family. We took refuge at a family friend's house in Rockledge, Florida. My mom had a longtime friend over there. She's a single mom. She had 3 daughters of her own, and they were on the Take Stock in Children scholarship program at the time. So that's kind of how I got introduced into the Take Stock in Children program.
It was a great relationship. He worked hard, and I would use him to help me with the younger students, to help me mentor them, because he walked the walk, and there was nothing they could say about it because he was there.
He mentored a bunch of students at Rockledge High School while I was there. They were all younger than me. So I actually got the opportunity to start sitting in on his mentoring sessions and learning the ways of, how the Take Stock in Children mentoring process goes from the other side. I'm
a retired educator. I'm from New Jersey, and when I moved down to Florida 10 years ago permanently, I still wanted to stay in touch with the students and the academic field. And there was an ad in the newspaper for people interested in being mentors for a program called Take Stock in Children.
When we moved down here, we wanted to give back to the community because we felt that we were given a lot in our life. And we were able to do that through Take Stock in Children.
It's a wonderful program for at-risk youth. We offer them a 2 years worth of tuition at the Eastern Florida's college rate if they live up to our contract, which includes no problems with the police, no drug abuse, and maintaining a 2.5 grade average. New Jersey, where I came from, we had no programs like it. So I got to know the people, and I've been in the program since. I've been mentoring for 10 years.
It wasn't easy for me to get my education. Later on in life, I was divorced and I was working full-time and raising 3 children. It encourages these students. They see real life problems and they see that you've overcome it, and there's no excuses.
And it was kind of from there that he started showing me I could make a difference in my peers' life. I couldn't wait to go through college, graduate, and return back to any county that Take Stock was involved in and start up mentoring on my own.
My name is Kwame Mercer, 16. I've been at Take Stock for about 2 years. My family really big on college, making sure you can go to college. None of them had the opportunity as much as I do now, with so many things around scholarships. The main reason why I want to go, I want to be an example for my brothers, my sisters, and kind of let them know that you really need an education nowadays.
Kwame and I, we started meeting just this past school year. We do one of these activities. Oftentimes it's like to improve studying habits or just maintaining a daily agenda.
Decent student, about 2.7-ish. Joined Take Stock. Grades went up. It really motivates you to stay on top of your stuff. So after that, I think I was about 3.2-ish. Right now I got all A's and B's. Made me want to strive for more, not just like keep the 2.5 to barely pass, but get that 3.4, get that 3.5. As a college, I definitely want to lean towards the medical field. I like sports, so I know I'm not going to go all the way with that. So I still want to stay around it, probably do sports medicine. It really changed the way I think about like preparing for stuff, like not even college, but just preparing for the future.
As a parent, I would highly recommend this program, not only for the underserved in the community, for everyone. It's great when you can be one-on-one with these students and you're a cheerleader for them. You're helping them go through this progress.
You form a bond with these students, and the bond is what you tell me is confidential between us, and we'll work with it. If you would like a challenge that is very rewarding, mentoring is a great thing.
Actually getting to watch them put to use your advice is a very rewarding part of being a mentor in this program. But even better is watching them take your advice and then running with it and being even more successful than you could have ever even imagined. It's hard to explain how great it makes you feel. But I don't do it for myself. I really like doing it for the students because I know where I could have ended up, and hopefully seeing Kwame end up somewhere in a positive place, that'll be the ultimate satisfaction, I guess you could say.
Hello, everyone. I hope you enjoyed our video. I've seen it so many times and I still tear up a little bit. Michael's just a great person. He's actually right now doing a race for us, 48 miles in 48 hours, and raising money, hoping to earn enough money to provide a scholarship for another student to be in the Take Stock in Children program. So I just wanted to tell you a little bit about it. Like Adele said, we've been in Brevard County for 25 years. We offer underserved students one-on-one support through volunteer mentors, college success coaches, which Ms. Dell and I both are, and an opportunity to earn a college scholarship and hopefully success, college, career, and in life. So our services start in middle school, continue through high school, and remain through post-secondary completion. So what we do offer is one-on-one mentoring. Our students are matched with a volunteer mentor who is background screened and then trained by our Take Stock staff. And then they begin meeting with the students. In COVID, it has changed a little bit. We now have an app so they can virtually mentor either through a video process or a text system back and forth to each other. And then this week, the schools have been opened up to our mentors to return mentoring in person if they and their student are comfortable with that. As well, we have every student has a college success coach. So there's 2 of us for the county. We meet individually with the students to prepare them for what they should be doing in each grade. And then in their junior year and senior year, we meet with them more often. We help them complete their FAFSA. We can help them with their college applications, how to write different scholarship essays, because you can never have enough money for school. And then we also have large scale workshops so they can learn things about different careers that are available. And with COVID, we have now switched that. We have a Wednesday night Zoom with our students, and we have a different professional come on and talk about what their career is, how they got there, and just information sharing with the students. And they can ask them questions at that time as well. And then once a student successfully completes the Take Stock in Children program, they receive a 60 credit hour scholarship, or really it's a Florida prepaid account, where then they have the ability, to go to college, at least the first 2 years debt free. We work with them prior to that about getting additional scholarships and having money to hopefully get all 4 years debt free. That is our goal for our students. Also, the state office has started, because we are part of a whole state organization as well. They've started something called Take Stock in College. So there are college coaches. If a student runs into a hiccup at their university, this person can step in and advocate for them on the university level. So if you're interested in the state Take Stock in Children program for your students, know that students can apply in 7th, 8th, and 9th grade. The applications are available each year, September through October. They are available either in the student's guidance office, or school guidance counselors also kind of search out students that they think would be a good fit and offer them those applications. Or the application is also available on the Brevard Schools Foundation website. Students are usually, all the applications are reviewed and scored, and then students are interviewed in the spring, and then final selection is made no later than July. So it is almost a one-year process. We bring in as many students as we can raise funds for scholarships. So no student ever comes into the program and has hoped to raise money for their scholarship prior to graduation. The scholarship is in hand. In addition, we are, because of the state level, we have state legislature support. So every dollar that is raised in Brevard County locally is matched by the state through the Stanley Tate Foundation for our scholarships. So every dollar is worth $2. That helps us get our students closer to school. So if you are interested in changing the life of a Brevard County Public Schools student, by becoming a mentor, I'll let you know that mentors meet weekly with our Take Stock in Children students. Like I said, it can either be through the new app that we have, and virtual, they feel like will remain with us forever. That's the one thing COVID has changed in mentoring. There will always be that aspect, as well as you can meet in school. So that's really good for us. We have a lot of mentors that travel, and they can still keep in touch with their mentees while they're out. Mentors will receive training and support materials from our mentor coordinator. Her name is Ariel Mason. We are at the Brevard Schools Foundation website, or you can contact Ariel Mason at the school board, and her extension is 11415. And now we're just going to open it up to see if anyone has any questions.
Feel free to put them in the chat or unmute. We do love hearing voices sometimes.
It's just an awesome program. I wish I would have known about it a long time ago, because I was thinking to myself, hey, my son could use this. He's a senior though. But yeah, that would have been really great for him.
It really is.
Syrian, I do want to say, while your son is aged out of being a part of the Take Stock in Children program, I do want to make sure you're aware on the Brevard Schools Foundation site, we do have the BSF scholarship portal that is still open. So maybe have him take advantage of that.
Thank you very much. I will.
Absolutely.
So we have a question. Is it only income based?
It is income-based for eligibility. After that, we receive all the applications kind of vetted. We interview families because we really need for families to understand that this is not a scholarship. This is a mentoring and college readiness program that when you complete, you receive a scholarship. So you have to go in with the mindset of knowing we're here to support your student from junior high into college, and there are requirements. You have to meet with your mentor. You have to attend our workshops. You have to keep your grades up at a 2.5 or above. And you can be released from the program if you do not keep your end of the bargain. So it is based on interviews, and then after that, we choose as many students as we have scholarships for. Usually that's about 50 students a year. But if we can get more money, we can bring in more students.
It's an amazing program. I had the honor of being a mentor, and that's something you might be interested in doing as well. I did it while I'm working. It really was, I spent 30 minutes a week with my mentee, and she graduated and she's working on her master's degree right now, and we're still in touch. We still meet and have lunch together from time to time and share the highs and lows of her life. But I will tell you, it's a wonderful experience for everyone involved. And what a great group. Anytime you have a question or concern, you guys help out. It's amazing. Did I miss any questions? Don't forget to check the chat box, guys. We have a lot of links in there, and I'm copying the links too, and I'll send them out to you. It is a phenomenal program. So now we need you to spread the word.
Yes.
We don't want you to sort of hold on to this information. We want you to share this information, because there are students out there. This is a life changer. It's a life changer for the mentor, and it can be especially a life changer for the mentee.
This is Bernard, and I do have one quick question. How often do you communicate with school principals about Take Stock in Children mentoring program?
I want to answer you, Bernard. Our contacts are usually not the principal. So maybe you're bringing up a good point, because generally we have a contact at every school, at least one. And at some of my schools, I have multiple contacts. It's usually not the administrator, because sometimes for us at our level, contacting the principal, our communication is lost in the principal's big email thread. So we're not really typically contacting the principal directly. We do have relationship with some APs, but a lot of our relationship is with school counselors.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a reason why I asked that question, because the school improvement plans could be an opportunity where the Take Stock and Children Mentoring Program could be an asset to his actual overall strategy. So I just want to make sure that there's a connection between the fabulous resources that is being presented ties into opportunities for a school improvement plan.
Good thought. Good thought. Thank you.
It's a good point. All right. Thank you. Thank you both so much. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Del. Amazing work that you do for all of us. We appreciate it, especially our students. We're going to move on to Heather Theobald and Terry Matson. Heather is with Fiddlers, and she'll explain what those initials mean, and the ESC program, and our Terry Matson supports our students in transition. Take it away.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay.
Good morning, everyone.
Okay, thank you so much. It is a pleasure to be with you. I could just, with Jenny, she is my mentor in a way. So I know how lucky that student is. And with Syrian, I think of my educators and with tone and mood. So when they're saying to her, wow, look at you, with mine, they're like, look at you. So I really needed that. I went on my Alexa and reminded me to make an appointment to go work out as soon as work ends today. So thank you very much for all that. So again, we are with, I am Heather Theobald, and Terry Matson is going to be joining me. I'm going to start it, and then she's going to be following up. And the title of ours is Learning Opportunities for Parents of Exceptional Education Students. So the first, I'm going to begin because the flyer that went out in Peach Jar, that is how we communicate with parents and district staff, is this flyer. I know Jenny's going to be sending that out afterwards, but this flyer is an opportunity for additional webinars for parents to attend. The topics vary, and they are listed on the side as well as under topics in the middle. We already have had 2 that have passed: Special Ed Connection and Tips for Verbal De-escalation. And but they have been recorded, and I'm going to put in the chat our Fiddlers East website where some of these where Parent Services past webinars are as well. But we do have a few that are still upcoming in March, April, and May. And the topics are everyday communication for pre-K. Let's talk about ASD, and that is talking about autism. And so UCF CARD, they are going to be the hosts. And so that is another service to take advantage of, because a lot of what we do is collaborating with other agencies. And then summer opportunities for students. And again, with the IEP, I know a big part of your service is to share out this information. So some of you might not particularly work or have this life skill or have students with IEP. So it does stand for Individualized Education Plan. So I did realize that that is an acronym that you might not be familiar with, but to please share that. It did go out. Again, Bernard brought up a good point about, are you sharing some of these things with your principals? And because Terry and I do work with the district, that it did go out in the leadership team packet, which is a way for principals to get this information. But we would love for you, because you might have a family member, you might have a neighbor, any way that you can share this out. They are 1 hour, 12 to 1. And it's just like this, they're on Zoom. So it is a way that they can watch it from the comfort of their home. They can just go to the one that they want. And again, they're being recorded. And then we are uploading them onto the Fiddler's website so that they can continue that on their own time. And on the flyer, if you have any content questions about it, like, is that something that you're interested in attending? Then, or how do I register, or I'm having trouble, any of those questions, we do provide a phone number to reach out.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining today. I wanted to continue on with some of the great programs that are happening in exceptional student education. In conjunction with what Heather was just stating about some of the topics and lunch and learn sessions that are being hosted. We're part of the Interagency Council of Brevard. We run an annual transition conference called START. Start with the end in mind for our students that are preparing for life after graduation, working on skills of independence. And the Interagency Council of Brevard supports that through the conference. And this year we're hosting it online. We have a series of sessions that started approximately a month ago, and we're going to run through May on our high interest topics for parents and families with students with individual education plans or that have a disability. And we work through the various agencies here within the community. We just hosted one this week on guardianship, which is a huge topic. We had a local attorney provide information to our families about what that process entails and what happens when a young adult turns 18 and what supports may be needed for long-term planning. So I encourage anyone that has the friendship or know someone that needs some guidance. We will be running the series through May, ending with some summer opportunities that will be available for students out there. So I would encourage anyone interested. These are also being recorded and will be posted to the transition website. I'm going to put that in the chat room where you can access those. So if you can't join us during the day from 12 to 1, you'd be able to go back and pull those from the transition website, the bank there. So I'll be putting that in the chat room. I also wanted to take this time. We have a great program that we're partnerships with for our young adults, for students that have graduated, met graduation requirements and are looking for employment opportunities. And that's our program with Project Search. It is a collaborative program through Health First, Vocational Rehabilitation, and Brevard Public Schools. And students have the opportunity to participate in a one-year non-paid work internship at either Cape Canaveral Hospital or Holmes Regional Hospital. And those applications are available now through your schools. It's gone out in our leadership team packet. It's been posted on the website. It's been available to those students that, again, who have graduated, met requirements, have deferred their diploma, and are continuing on with independent living goals and desires. So I encourage all of the great programs, and we have many agency supports here in Brevard County that we're fortunate, and they are part of our Interagency Council. As you can see, Heather's got that posted, the ICB. So I'm going to also put my contact information here in the chat room. And if you know anyone that could use some transition services for independent growth or agency contacts, I'd be more than happy to.
I think you just muted yourself, Terry.
There we go. Sorry. And there's my email contact. And then I also wanted to paste in here the transition website that will list all of the sessions that have been recorded and that are going to be recorded. So thank you so much for having us here today.
It was our pleasure. And I really want to encourage you to reach out and reach out with a personal question or share Terry and Heather's contact information with friends that you have. We all as a community really need to support one another, and especially our students with disabilities. I think a lot of times people don't know what resources we have available right here in Brevard Public Schools. And so if you're wondering, please reach out to Terry or Heather, because they're amazing resources who are advocating for our students every day. So thank you both. We appreciate it. Any questions that, do you do teacher education is one of the questions I just saw, Heather.
Yes, we do. At Fiddlers, I can see that Jenny has shared this Fiddlers parent link, but I can also put in the Fiddlers link, because we do that is actually a big part of my job is professional development. And we have courses on differentiating instruction and assistive technology. And yes, that is a big part of what we do. And so we'd be happy to talk to you about that. And part of what we do also, as she mentioned, the Interagency Council of Brevard, we provide resources for parents. And this link also, when you go to it, it's not only Fiddlers the F is Florida. So even though mine is Brevard and Volusia centered, when you go to this website, we also have uploaded webinars that were done by my colleagues across Florida. So you will be able to see a variety more than just what's on those flyers. Those are ones you can attend live and ask questions, but there are ones that are already recorded that you may want to take a look at and just share this link.
Okay, that's a great idea. And, I just want to also say sometimes you can get information from this website. And I saw a comment where sometimes teachers don't know everything. It's okay to maybe kindly, respectfully share an article. I know that happened to me when I was a school counselor, and I appreciate being educated because I don't know everything.
Yeah, and that's one thing about that special, the one about the special connection, it is a subscription that you can be a part of. And one thing I love about it is that it has a dictionary. So when I made sure that I broke down what the IEP is, it's like you get a flyer, and for students with IEPs, is this for me? Because it can come out through Peach Star to all parents. And what is this? What is it? And it may not always be something that you might need at that time, but especially in this group that we're a part of, that is as parent leaderships, it's bringing back to your school and letting other people know. So we appreciate you so much. We value you beyond measure. And exactly, so there are different things out there that we're learning all the time and getting all the time. So thank you. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you both for the amazing work that you do. We are very grateful. And I will be sending out their links and everything, so you can just access everything from the email I'll send you this afternoon. So if there aren't any more questions, then I'm going to move on. And I can see on my screen, Lieutenant Simpkins has been waiting and listening patiently to all the presentations. It looks like from his cruiser. it looks like. And he is the lead instructor for the Teen Driver Challenge program. And we have had someone from this program come and present through the years because it's something that parents of teens sometimes don't know about. So we are so happy to have you here, Mr. Simpkins, Lieutenant Simpkins, and please take it away.
Thank you. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So my name is Kelly Simpkins. I'm a lieutenant with the Sheriff's Office. So everybody always asks us, what is the Teen Driver Challenge? So it's a program dedicated to educating young drivers in different aspects of driving. And what we try to teach them is some defensive driving techniques and techniques for to be safer out there. So a lot of parents can't do the same things that we do with them. So the program targets teens from 15 to 19. It is as long as they have their learner's permit. And what we ask is they've been driving for about 4 to 6 months. So they have a little bit of driving and they're able to, hit the brakes and press the gas pedal for us. Because sometimes we have issues with that. The class itself is only an 8-hour class. We do it down at the Eastern Florida State College campus in Palm Bay off of Malabar Road. We have a driving pad down there. We come down there, they show up at 8 o'clock on a Saturday morning. We do about 3 hours of in-classroom teaching. We talk about everything from teen crash facts to using your senses, different senses, what you use them for, seat belts, the vehicle maintenance, the maintenance needs to be done on your vehicle, and alcohol, aggressive driving, what to do in certain circumstances, and what to do as far as if a law enforcement officer pulls you over or you see an emergency vehicle coming at you. Once we get done with that, we go outside and we inspect their vehicles with them. We take them under the hood of the car. We show them how to check the oil. We show them the different fluid levels, how to check them. We walk them around, show them how to check the tire pressure in their car, where to find the proper tire pressure. Once we complete that, we start driving with the kids. So we'll take the kids, I want to say it's 7 courses we do for them. We start out very slow. We do a figure 8, slow speed figure 8. It's all about vehicle placement, steering, and controlling the throttle of the vehicle. And then we go into cornering, doing right hand and left hand turns with them. And then from that point, we go into threshold braking. That kind of gets the kids sometimes because we bring them up to 35 miles an hour and we have them slam on the brakes to see what that car will do. How will that car react to them? Does the ABS brake system works? And we discuss in the classroom the ABS versus non-ABS and how to react if your ABS goes out. Then we go through a forward serpentine and a reverse serpentine. Kind of gives them a little backing up, which most of us have a problem backing up because we don't do it that often. After that, we go into a lane evasion. Again, it's done at 35 miles an hour. We make them change lanes, get back into their lane, and then stop the car within a 50-foot space. So it kind of simulates something stops in front of you, or maybe you're driving and all of a sudden there's on 95, there's a bucket in front of you. What do? Can you avoid the bucket or should you hit the bucket? And then after that, we take them into an off-road recovery, give them an opportunity to drive along the road about 20, go off-road, talk about whether they should hit the brakes or not, depending on what's coming up. And the last event we do with them is a skid pad recovery. We wet down the pad and we put their vehicle into a skid and basically hydroplaning, and we teach them how to come out of that skid. So they're more prepared if something happens. The entire class is about 8 hours. We rarely ever run past 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's very rare. Usually we're done about 3:45. Each of the kids in the classroom, they get a workbook, they get to take home, they get a t-shirt, and they get a certificate at the end for completion. Sometimes, depending on the insurance company that you're with, sometimes they will give you a break on your insurance. We don't, that's up to the insurance company. The class itself is absolutely free. It does not cost anybody. It is supported through the Brevard County School Board. There's a grant, and the Florida Sheriff Association and Brevard County Sheriff Wayne Ivey. So everything out there is free to the kids. We just ask them to come out. We shut down for a short period from March to June of last year due to COVID. And we started the program back up in June, and we're able to to distance the kids. Every kid has their own table in there. We have 12 kids to a classroom. Everybody wears their masks, including the instructors, and we hand sanitize. One of the big advantages out there that I feel for the kids is every instructor that's out there is a deputy sheriff with Brevard County. So they get, not only do they get taught with the deputy sheriff, they get to interact with the deputy sheriffs on a different level. You know, we're in the car, we talk to them. Anytime that car is moving, there's a deputy sheriff in that car. So for every course we do, the deputy sheriff does the course first for the child in their vehicle, with the child in the passenger seat, and then the deputy rides in the passenger seat and talks them through the course. In each course we do, the children will do between 3 and 5 times each course. So that's the Teen Driver program. And in order to participate in the program, all you have to do is contact our Teen Driver, and it's teendriver@bcso.us. Our coordinator, who couldn't be here to talk to you today, is Dave Anson. Does a great job, and he gets all the information needed in order for us to get you out there. So a quick rundown: the child has to be between 15 and 19. They have to have at least a learner's permit, been driving for 4 months, and they bring the car they drive down to the pad for Saturday for 8 hours. And we do it, right now we do it about twice a month, almost every other month. So, and it's absolutely free. So one of the other things that we have with that is we also have a Teen Driver simulator that some of you have may seen out in the community. It is a long trailer, and there's 6 simulator seats in there that we have. And basically it's like a video game, and it's basically to get the kids in so we can get them into this program. We take that trailer out to different events in the community. We did a car show last week out in Satellite Beach, and we've been to a couple of the schools. If a teacher in a high school asks us to come out, as long as the coordinator and the school is okay with it, we bring the event out there. We've been to Merritt Island High, we've been to Palm Bay High, we've been to Vieira High, and we've been to Holy Trinity. So we're available. We just have to be invited out to the schools. Okay.
Lieutenant Simpkins, this is just an amazing program, and I'm just going to shout out Javon. Riley has to do this when she's eligible. Okay, I'm just saying. And I feel like Heather Theobald made a great comment that she shares that resource with everyone, and I see this as a lifesaver. And I almost was thinking, gosh, I wonder if I could have a little class of my own, because these are important things. I mean, hydroplaning, it rains a lot here. And we as parents, we do the best we can to teach our children to drive, but this is truly a whole different experience. And plus they get to spend time with a law enforcement officer. And who gets to do that one-on-one when you're not in trouble, right?
Well, I'm with you. I will tell you, we have, a lot of times we have a parent that will sit in the class. I allow them to sit into the class with us. And most parents that come out there that sit in the class, they usually learn something that they either forgot, you know, because they've been driving so long. And almost every parent that sits out there and watches it asks, can we do the course? They would like to do the course as well. Unfortunately, it's only for the kids. We get a lot of feedback sometimes from the parents that, you know, kids are able to either minimize a crash or avoid a crash with the tools that we give them, the skills that we try to impart on them during this training. So our main goal is to make them safer and give them some techniques so in the future they might be able to avoid or minimize a crash, or at least know what to do if something happens.
I think this is amazing. And I think every teenager should be participating. And maybe there's some we could maybe need to do it twice, from what I've observed on the road from time to time. Just kidding. But I'm seeing some great comments. Someone is Heather saying, I've heard that it has helped that they hear it from a different adult. So that's, I think it's important. If you can share this with someone else, share it with the teens that come hang out at your house or that you interact with. That's a good idea. These minor techniques could actually save a life, so they know what to do. I agree, Mr. Chambers. I totally agree with you. Amazing program. We really.
And I'll tell you, one other thing that we threw out to the parents is if your children have other friends that are in the same age bracket, if you contact Dave, Dave will try to put them all in the same class. So they have somebody out there that they can talk to in between events. So it's kind of fun to have somebody else out there with you.
Especially now when they haven't been able to be hanging out together that much. That's a great idea. And it's a motivator to get them there on a Saturday. Just one Saturday, one day.
Yeah. And I seen a question pop up asking if we have cars. Unfortunately, we do not have cars. We do not supply the cars. It's one of the things that you have to bring. And I try to tell all the parents, if you have your child at 15 and you bring them out there in the car you drive, and then let's say at 16 or 17, they buy a car, they can come back through the program, just the driving portion, with their car. So they know how their car will react. Because that's the biggest thing, is not how mom and dad's car will react, but how will their car react in these different events that we do. So.
How long has this program been in action?
Brevard County, I want to say I've probably been involved with it for about 8 or 9 years. We've had, I would guess, about 15. This agency was one of the first agencies when they came up with this in the Florida Sheriff's Association. It's only through sheriff's offices that have this program. It's the Florida Sheriff's Association that has it. And I want to say in the state of Florida, I'm going to guess with you, but I think there's about 25 or maybe 30 counties that hold it, that actually do the course. And we probably we're one of the biggest agencies that do it, because a lot of people do it. They'll do it once every 3 months or something, where we do it about 24 times a year.
That's amazing. I wanted to know because I was feeling guilty because I never put my kids through it, but you didn't have it when mine were driving, so I can let go of that guilt. But so this is fantastic, a fantastic program. We thank you so much, Lieutenant Simpkins, for your service and for your service to this program. Let me see if there's any other questions. I don't want to. And it sounds like you're going to have some people signing up. Is what I'm seeing right here.
Great. We love to have them.
Great. Great. And we thank you so much for participating with us today.
Yes. Thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
And hanging in there for the whole meeting. That was awesome.
I'm here for y'all.
I'm going to turn it over to Javon to talk a little bit about something really important that everybody on this call needs to be doing.
Okay, guys, I'm working from home, not from my normal computer, so things are a little wonky. Can you hear me, Jenny?
We hear you loud and clear.
Okay, good. So as Jenny reminded you all, and I'm sure you've gotten the text messages and the email blasts, it is parent survey time. You just don't know how important this survey is to our school district. And you know, these times have been weird. We've got good, the bad, and the ugly, and we want you to feel that this is the time for you to share. Of course, this is not the only time for you to ever share. You've got access to your school principals and administrators throughout the year, but this is time to really reflect on what's going well, what we can change. Let us know about the e-learning program if you've participated in it at any point this school year. They're really looking at that. We realize it's, you know, a little over 20 questions, but know that Jenny and I have honed them down to 20 questions that are super important to our schools. It really does drive change, and they are looking at these results, and your school should be sharing results with you too once everything's wrapped up. So on top of parent survey time, just so you know, it's also getting ready to be kindergarten registration time. So you'll start to see these posters around the schools, out into the community. And you may have already, put your kindergartner through, but you might have a neighbor or a friend. Like Jenny said, we want you guys to go forth and spread this good information. So if you do know a family that's getting ready to register a kindergarten student, make them aware of this. Since we're kind of a little bit disconnected from our schools, we don't have the same regular channels of communication, but it is important. We want to make sure that we are fully staffed and ready to welcome every kid, every student to kindergarten in August. So be on the lookout for this information and share that with other families. And with that, unless there's other questions, we're done for the day. We can't wait to see you guys in April. Jenny will send out all those links and PowerPoint and handouts that we've gotten from the presenters today, from this meeting today. She'll send them out to you at some point. And we will post this recording to our Family Engagement YouTube page.
Yes. Thank you all so much for being here. And we only have one meeting left. So we hope to see you all on April the 9th. And we're looking forward to it, but we're always welcome for your feedback. So don't hesitate to email us and say, hey, make sure you have this. We like this topic, and we're starting to prepare for next year as well. So we want to hear from you. We want to know what you want to know. So we thank you and have a fabulous weekend and an amazing spring break.
Hey.
Enjoy your families.
Bye,
Take
everyone.
care. Bye.